Meanwhile, we are going to park it there now for our sports news because many learners returning to school this morning, and it's the first day of the 2021 academic year. However, learners from Jubilee Park Primary School in Uitenhage in the Eastern Cape are still faced with the challenge of class shortages. The department started the construction of more classes at the school years ago, but still not complete. And for more on this, and they now have more than 1,200 learners that need to be accommodated in 8 classrooms. Let's cross to our reporter Kim Daniels, who is visiting Jubilee Primary School this morning to give us a sense of what is happening and on day one of the new academic year. Kim, good morning to you, and can clearly see there it seems a bit windy, but the little ones seem to have come out. What's happening there on day one?
Good morning. A very unconventional first day of school. You know, we usually see oceans of kids on the first day of school. I am standing, as you said, at a primary school, so that would be from grades R to grade 7. But today we'll only have the grade R's and the grade 1s, you know, to deal with the regulations of COVID. But the problem at this school is that there are only 8 temporary structures, prefabs, that they're using at the moment. The school had partially burnt down in 2013, and then the Department of Education took it upon themselves, you know, with the help of Public Works, to rebuild the school. They underwent construction. They started in 2014 and was said to be done in 2016, but now it's 2021 and it still isn't done. Before the pandemic even, it was a bit tight because they used these 8 temporary prefab structures. They only had from grade R's to grade 3 in the mornings from 8 to 11:30. Classes, no break. They just ate after their classes and then left. And then from 12 till 4 again in the afternoons, they had the rest of the grades being the grade 4s to grade 7s. I am standing here with the principal of the school, Pat Korkia, who is here to tell us a little bit about the plight of the school. How have you guys been managing, you know, all your kids? You have nearly 1,200 kids and not enough classrooms to, you know, house them.
Good morning, my dear. You know, in the past, the children only have 3.5 hours education per week. While the other schools around us, they got a full capacity like 27.5 hours. So a week and the year we only have 3.5 hours. But that was before COVID. But when COVID arrives, I let grade 1, grade R on one day, and next grade the other day, and so on and so on. So at least now they have 5 hours a day teaching. In a senior phase, there's 6 hours teaching. We extended from 8 till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But our conditions is very bad. You can see there, over there's no social distancing. At the moment today, we're going to have 264 learners at the school in 8 classrooms. We have 47 teachers plus our EAs and our GAs. Where do they sit? I must expose them to the elements of nature. In the heat, like today it's going to rain, where are they going to sit? When the wind is blowing, there's no place for them. And unfortunately, there's no answers. I can't get answers. I want to better the conditions of these children. Most of these learners are staying in informal settlements, or coming from an informal settlement into an informal school. I can call it the informal school. How do you give them a vision for life? How do you give them that boost for life? But because I want to better their condition, because it's my children, I care for them, I care for the community. And with 264 learners today, and you have a space of 72 square meters, social distancing is impossible. So what I must do, I must give them breaks, every class a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. I can't let them play outside. It's impossible. Now the children have to sit in the classroom for 4 hours. And if it's hot, when it's hot, it's it's unbearable in these classrooms. Even me can't sit for 5 minutes in the office. Then I have to go out, and just to get some air and to dry myself because you're sweating. I wrote a letter to the department 2 weeks ago, asking them to help me out. What do I do with the teachers? What do I do? Help me think. Help me to better the conditions of the learners. And 3 or 4 days after that, I sent them an email again and asked for response. But there's no response at this moment. So I just do my own thing now. For the best for the learners, for the best for the educators, for the best for the community. You know, sometimes the parents are so furious. In the past, I have to put my life at risk. At the gate, parents want to close the gates. They say, no, you can't, because you can't just deprive them of an extra day or extra 2 days of education time.
Mr. Korkie, I'm going to have to cut you here because in Joburg they're asking me to come back to studio. But you see, that's what's happening here at Jubilee Park in Uitenhage. There are too many kids, not enough classrooms. The teachers can't even sit in the classrooms, you know, with their kids, you know, to abide by these COVID rules. They don't have breaks. They can't be outside. And the school is just desperately looking for an answer from the Department of Education, to help them, you know, get through this pandemic.